Okay, yeah. So the first of all, I'd like to thank you, all of our community members, and also all of our beautiful people for having here in decentralized community, definitely. And guys, today we'll discuss more about DEX 223, which is decentralized exchange for ERC 223 and also ERC 20 tokens. And they're highly secure, gas efficient, KYC free, and also fully decentralized exchanges built with the Ethereum smart contracts. And also we'll learn more everything, nothing to worry, through the same station. So here's our honorable guest. First of all, hello sir, could you please say a little bit about yourself, like you can introduce yourself a bit, and like you can say about your experience.
Okay, so I have mostly security background. I'm Dexaran. I'm an anonymous developer. I had some security auditing experience with traditional companies and general software security development experience before I joined crypto. And I joined crypto in the early days of Ethereum in 2015 or something like this. I witnessed the DAO hack. It was the biggest hack in the industry at this time. And I was an active participant of the Ethereum split event, where Ethereum split it into Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. I joined Ethereum Classic team. I founded its core development team. It's called Ethereum Commonwealth. It's still listed on the webpage under the teams section. And after that, I founded Callisto Network. This is a layer 1 EVM compatible chain, and its sub-project, the Callisto Security Department. It's an organization, security auditing organization. We performed more than 400 security audits, and not even a single contract that we assigned the secure status was ever hacked. So this is quite an impressive result. And as you can see, I have mostly security background, as I said at the beginning. And when I was working with Ethereum Classic, I was trying to build the first decentralized exchange. It was like 2017, before the Uniswap came to existence. And I was researching the token standard ERC20 at this point. And I found a security flaw in this standard that I was trying to solve for some time. I have created the ERC223 token standard to solve this security problem with ERC20. I have escalated this issue to Ethereum Foundation multiple times, and I submitted a lot of media publications at this time, but I had to stop my activity at some point, and I was working with Callisto Network and other projects for some time. And in 2023, I revisited this activity, and I decided to work with Ethereum token standards once again, because this is an area of improvement, the most important, I think, at this point. Because when I first discovered the issue with the ERC20 security, there were about $16K lost because of these issues. And in 2023, there are more than $100 million lost because of the issues that I described 6 years ago. And this is not how the industry should evolve, in my opinion, because this is a huge amount of money, and it's bigger than most of the impressive hacks like Curve hack. And this is a problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Happy to know about yourself. I can't see such a learned person you are. And also, guys, their mission is very clear for the Text 2 to 3. That is, their goal is to build a fully decentralized exchanges within emphasize on security. And like they have a lot of unique features. I can say Text 2 to 3 introduce a number of revolutionary concept that no other exchanges implement in the same way currently. I think these features will like distinctly improve the security, make token listing as easy and transparent as possible, and allow the non on platform leading of asset. So sir, could you share more about your mission? I think already you described a little bit, I said earlier, but could you share more about your mission and also what was your inspiration?
Sure. Our mission with the DEX223 project is to improve the overall security of the industry and build a toolchain for developers to uh, to pick the better options available. So, the ERC20 is currently the dominant standard in the industry. And if you want to build something new, you will face an insane resistance by services like maybe CoinGecko, Etherscan, and other services that already support ERC20, and they don't want to support any other standard. Maybe the exchange can refuse to support it, and you will have a lot of problems. So developers have actually no choice. They have to pick the standard that is already adopted, and even if it has some problems, they have no option if they want the project to succeed. And our mission is to enable developers to have access to multiple options. At least we will create the decentralized exchange that will support many token standards, many kinds of assets that will enable everybody to list a new token there. And after all, we believe that this is the improvement that the industry needs to avoid such accidents like having a problem with insecure standards that is not fixed for many years. Do I need to describe it in more detail, or is it fine?
Yes, I think this is okay for now. Like, I have a lot of question for you, so I think we can like discuss more about with this question. So thank you, sir, for describing. And also, like, could you share what steps does your like Dex 2 to 3 take to foster a user-friendly interface for the both novice and experienced traders?
I would say that our exchange introduces a lot of features that are mostly required by experienced traders, those who can do their own research, who can be responsible for their operations fully, like margin trading and multiple ways of listing tokens on the user interface. And mm, those features are definitely not for newcomers, and margin trading is particularly risky, even if it is margin trading on exchange like Bybit or maybe BitMEX. It is risky even for professional traders, so we definitely don't want random people to engage in this, but we are not limiting anyone. So our main approach is to divide the user interface into two sections, where one section is for professional traders and the other section is for newcomers, where newcomers can find all the functionalities that they need from the exchange. They basically need to connect their wallet and make some trades, and that's it. They don't want to engage any liquidity providing or some advanced features. So they will be abstracted from it, and they will have their own section that they don't need to leave to perform any actions on the exchange. And the section for professional traders will include all the features that are available on the exchange in a way that is comfortable for the professional traders, and the newcomers will not end up there. And obviously, we will collect the feedbacks. We have open GitHub. We will have special forms to submit feedbacks for users. We will evaluate what they need. We will improve it, and we will provide a lot of guidelines, but this is quite standard. Most of the exchanges already do this, and this is quite efficient. So we will also provide the guidelines necessary for the users to understand how the exchange works and where they should find what they are looking for.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir, for the clarification. And also, yes, guys, check out their website that is dex223.io. And also, their tokenomics is based on launch model of the Ethereum platform and one of the most successful crypto project out there, actually. And also, like, I can add, like, the original D2 to 3 tokens will be issued, like, in I think already they are issued actually, and also like you need to buy their token if you need to access their like platform and everything, and also the token holders have some kind of benefits. We'll know more. They can stake so far. So I have a question regarding to this. Like, can user stake or provide liquidity on your platform? If so, what incentives are offered?
Well, you can stake the D223 token, the native token of our platform. You can stake it to get more tokens. The supply of the tokens is fixed. And once the tokens are deployed, and on Ethereum they are already deployed, they will have no emission, there will be no new tokens generated ever, and the supply is fixed, but you can receive the revenues for holding your tokens. There will be on-platform fees when you perform the trade. You are charged some fee. Some share of this fee will go to liquidity providers, and another share will go to the token holders. This process will be governed by the token holders. They will vote how much the fee is charged and how much of this fee goes to them and to liquidity providers. But the main idea is that the token holders will receive a stream of revenue from on-platform fees. And in order to receive these fees, you have to put your tokens in some special contract, and this works quite the same as the staking, but you don't get the tokens of the platform. You get the fees. And if there are trades in, for example, Ethereum to USDT pair, then the fees are paid in Ethereum and USDT. So you will have a lot of assets, but no new tokens are generated, and this is not actually the staking. This is the model of how we distribute the fees. Regarding the liquidity providing, yes, everybody can provide liquidity on our platform, and they will receive a share of on-platform fees, and this is governed by the token holders. So this is the main incentives for providing liquidity. We also understand that the liquidity is one of the most important aspects of the exchange, and attracting liquidity is our main priority during the launch stage. After we will complete the testing and the technical stuff, we will be running some incentivization campaigns. We will allocate a share of ICO funds to artificially increase the revenues for the liquidity providers, to attract more liquidity, to incentivize users to switch from existing platforms like Uniswap and other automated market making services to our platform. So the details of this strategy will be announced after the public ICO round, but this is definitely what we are planning to do.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Got it. So I have one more good question. Like, as far I know, Dex 223 implements a multiple chain rollout. So could you provide insights into the user experience on different chains, and how does your Dex 223 ensure, like your project ensure, a seamless and consistent experience for the users across the Ethereum, Avalanche, BSC, and other supported chains?
Well, when we will be deploying the exchange on every other chain, it will be a completely separate instance of the exchange. It will work in exactly the same way. It will be based on the same smart contract, and it will have the same user interface, but it will be separated from the original one, except the token distribution. So when we will be deploying the exchange on Binance Smart Chain, for example, everybody who held the D223 tokens on Ethereum chain, mostly those who bought the tokens on the ICO, they will receive an equal amount of tokens on the Binance Smart Chain. So for 100 G223 tokens on Ethereum, you will receive 100 G223 tokens on Binance Smart Chain. And this will be a special token that is only valid on this chain, and it will only govern the exchange on this chain. So on every chain, you will receive a new token, and it will be a separate exchange. But for the traders and for the users, it will have the same user interface. You will just need to switch the network and probably update your wallet. So if you are using MetaMask, it also needs to switch the network. And that's it. Other than that, exchange will operate in exactly the same way, and they are based on the same contract. But you obviously can't trade from one chain to another chain. You will need to switch to the chain where you need to provide liquidity or make a trade. So that's how it works.
Okay, yes, thank you, sir. So I think this is very easy, and also like, people, you just go to their website, and you'll be able to see their all kind of documentation out there. Um, so there is another question like auto listing from external token list and transparent, fee redistribution sounds like integrating. So how does your DEX 2 to 3 plan to ensure a fair and decentralized token listing process? And how can users actively participate in shaping the token ecosystem?
I would like to highlight that auto listing is one of the options. This is not the only option. We will have a default list of tokens that we will verify to avoid scams and potentially risky assets. And there will be an opportunity to import the tokens from token lists, like Uniswap is doing great with the token lists project. They implemented a good way of onboarding new assets, and we also think this is efficient, so we will implement the same option. And the third option that nobody other than us implements right now is the auto listing smart contracts. Those are mostly for experienced users. Everybody can list a token there, and we have no control over it. We will have no restrictions. There will be probably some anti-spam fee that will be configured by the token holders, but also the development team has no control over the process, and everybody can list any token there. And this is potentially risky, so probably scammers or some low profile, I would say, assets can be there. So a user needs to enable the way of displaying tokens in their user interface. So by default, there will be a default token list that is selected by the development team, but you can enable token lists and you can enable the auto listing contracts. And enabling the auto listing contracts is mostly for experienced users who can do their own research, who will not fall victims of scams, and they want some tokens like, the meme coin market is already a developing market, and it's quite big, and some game hunters may want to buy these tokens, and we are developing the tool chain for them. But this is not for newcomers, I would say. And in order to ensure the transparent and fair process, it will be completely governed by the smart contracts. And as I said at the beginning, we, as a development team, we have no control over the process, and we can't delist anything that we don't like. Everybody is on the equal ground, and what can be more fair than equality for everyone? And regarding the participation in the ecosystem by the users, they can actually provide the feedbacks. I would say that we will have some special forms for providing feedbacks, and we will evaluate them, but also the token holders can vote on setting some fees and enabling or disabling some features. But other than that, they also have quite limited control over the platform, and nobody can delist an asset that is already listed.
Okay, yes, thank you, thank you. So sorry, as earlier I mentioned, like you're very secure and gas efficient. So I have a question like this, like, this can optimize the gas used by approximately like 50% in same case. So it says about like ERC 2 to 3. Could you give more cases such as the market volatility or any other factors?
I need to explain how the token standards work, basically, to explain this. So with ERC20, there are two different methods of transferring tokens. One method is designed for transferring tokens between human-owned addresses. If you are sending a token to some user who also signed up an address on Ethereum, you use one method. And if you want to deposit the tokens to contract, you use a completely different method. And the method of depositing ERC20 tokens to some smart contracts, and a decentralized exchange is definitely a smart contract. Everybody who had some experience trading knows that you deposit the money on exchange, then you make the trade, and with decentralized exchange, it's actually the same, even though these actions can sometimes happen in one transaction. But with ERC20 token, you need to deposit the token to contract in some special way. This requires two steps and therefore two transactions. First one is for authorizing the contract to take the tokens from you. And the second transaction is for calling the contract to execute the trade. So you tell the contract that you want to trade something that you already authorized it to take from you. The authorization is called approval, and this is a separate transaction. So if you want to trade on Uniswap, for example, you need to first authorize Uniswap to pull tokens from you, then you call it to make the trade. And this is a pair of two different transactions. With ERC223, you can avoid the authorizing exchange to have control over your funds. This is a security improvement at the same time, because having a contract being able to manage your funds is not the best way from security point of view. So with ERC223, you just deposit the tokens to the contract in exactly the same way as you transfer the tokens between human-owned addresses. And in this transaction, you can also call the token contract to tell the exchange to perform the trade. And this saves you one transaction. You don't need to make a trade in two transactions. You can just make it in one transaction. This is mostly important for the first time you are trading on the exchange. So if you never traded, for example, Ethereum to USDT, this will be a lot more expensive, a lot cheaper than ERC20, where you need to send two transactions. And in some other cases where the authorization expires and you need to reauthorize the ERC20 token, with ERC223, you will just avoid this step of authorizing the contract, and it saves you gas.
Okay, yes, thank you. And also, I can see here is Randall. Is he from your side, Randall? Hey, Randall.
Randall is our partner. We are partners with EOS support. You can find them on eossupport.io. So yes, he is from our project as well.
Okay, yeah, thank you. No problem. Okay, yeah, thank you, sir, for clarification. And also, if I talk more about some problems, like about solving problems occurred on ERC20, how will you guys create awareness on the users about it and also make their transition on ERC2 to 3?
I would say that the most important uh, aspect of this is developers' education. We mostly need to educate developers about the issues of the standard, I think, and the implementers, those who work with tokens, for example, other developers of other decentralized exchanges, they need to know about the problems, and they need to know that we have developed an alternative like ERC223 token standard, and maybe others are already there. So our main goal here is to educate the developers and development communities. And the best way to educate the developers is to attend some development conferences, like in 2024 in November, if I'm correct. There will be a DevCon 7. This is the main conference for Ethereum community, and we are planning to represent our projects like DEC 223 and the ERC223 token standard there. We are planning to join the conferences, and regarding the users, the best marketing tool is in crypto is user awareness, and everybody likes to write about the lost money. So it's evident that when the hack happens, everybody is writing and discussing about it. So with ERC20, we are just waiting for a big whale or big player to lose a substantial amount of money, and eventually it will happen. Actually, there are a lot of money lost. Uh, More than $100 million is already lost, and if there will be any big accident that will be highlighted by the media, this is the right time where we can step in and advertise ourselves to the general public, and everybody will actually know about the project at this point. So this is the main marketing tool that we could use, but also we are obviously making some AMA sessions. We are writing posts on Ethereum media like Reddit and other Ethereum platforms. So we are communicating with the Ethereum community mostly at this time. We will expand our media on other platforms as soon as we will deploy the platform, I mean the DEX223, to other chains, and we will start using the media also to spread the awareness about the issues and our project and how we solve it. So this is the current strategy that we are implementing.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. And also, yeah, I can see they have a lot of token supply. I think the 8 billion, and also most of the token they allocated for the public sale, like 68% actually, and for the private investor round and so forth. So could you share some of your like token utilities?
Well, the D223 token has two main utilities. One is the governance. So the token holders will actively participate in the configuration, I would say, of the exchange contracts. They can set up the fees, they can govern how much of this fee share goes to liquidity providers and how much goes to them. At the same time, they can configure some of the auto-listing contracts to set up the fees there to avoid the low fees where everybody can list any scam token or something like this. So we place a governance role on the token holders. And the second utility is the revenue collecting. When somebody is trading on our platform, the fee is charged, and some share of this fee goes to the revenue contract, and token holders will receive the revenues from the platform fees through this contract. Other than that, there are no liquidity, no utilities on the token right now, but we are evaluating some proposals right now. So this is subject to change in the future. We will probably add some more governance features.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. And also, people like to learn more as mentioned. Just join their social media link. And also, I think the part of the core team tokens will be transferred for some kind of influencer to media and owners who can help them to like to spread the word about the exchange inside of their community. And also, yes, there's a lot of information you will just get from their website. This is huge. So thank you, sir. And also I can see there some of their past achievements like proven enterprise experience they have, and a lot of. So for the newcomers, if I talk more about them, like as the newcomers of Text 2 to 3, what's the standout features that you think would catch anyone attention, that like make me or anyone choice to your platform over other decentralized exchanges?
You will have the best reason to come to our platform if there is something that you can do on DEX223 and you can do the same things on other exchanges. For example, we are developing the margin trading module for exactly this. So there are very few decentralized exchanges that offer an opportunity for users to trade tokens with leverage or engage any type of margin trading. And we are the first platform that has transparent onboarding of assets, and we plan to list a lot of assets and become one of the biggest by the number of the trading pairs exchanged in the industry. And at the same time, we will have the margin trading options. So if you want to trade tokens with leverage, you have no other option. If there is some asset listed on our platform and on other platforms with the implementation of the margin trading, there are not. At the same time, the onboarding process of new assets is one of the easiest, and this can result in our platform leading by the number of new assets. Like we don't plan to take the role of Binance for the decentralized exchange. The same role is already on Uniswap. We are planning to take the role of KuCoin, a smaller exchange for more educated users who trade, who need to have access to wider variety of assets and maybe some assets that are not listed on the bigger ones. So we are planning to take this niche. And if you want to trade some asset and you can't find it on Uniswap or any other exchange, then you have no option other than go to some platforms that already has this asset listed. And in this case, we will have an advantage over our competitors with our listing processes.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So I think for the newbies, there are a lot of opportunities. Like you will be able to find out from their community, and if you have any more question and query, just go to their all kind of social media link and ask there. So I think we covered everything, like your plan and programs. But could you share some of your future plans for the 2024 and after that, according to your roadmap, and also which stage you are currently working?
We are currently in the development stage. We are working on improving the user interface, and we are in the smart contract testing stage. They are partially completed, but the margin trading is still in development. We are planning to have a prototype on June or maybe May. So it's actually in few months. We will deploy to Ethereum testnet, and there will be a public testing stage. During this stage, we will also run some bug bounties. We will undergo some security audits because security is important for everybody, not only us. This is the default method of improving the security in our industry. And after the completion of the testing stage, we will proceed to the testing of the margin trading, because this is also quite a risky feature to implement, and it needs to be tested quite significantly. And at this stage, we will run some test trading competitions, I would say, because we need a lot of early adopters, a lot of early testers who will engage with the platform, who can identify some potential flaws in the system, and we need some pre-adoption, I would say. So we will have a lot of campaigns at this point. After that, we will proceed to deployment on Ethereum mainnet, and in September or October, we are planning to expand our exchange platform and deploy it to Binance Smart Chain and EOS EVM layer. So after that, we will be mostly focused on expanding on other chains.
Okay, yes, thank you, sir. So I think we covered, as I mentioned. So people, if you have any more questions and queries, just go to there and ask their social media link. So thank you, sir, for having here for your time. We have to wrap this session right now. But if you have any more, like any important news, to share with us before wrapping this session, you can. And then any closing statement from your side.
Well, I would say that everybody can join our Social media, follow us on Twitter and Telegram. I'm answering the questions in Telegram quite often, but please do not send me any direct links. I have too much of them. And you can follow our news on dex223.io. This is the main source where we publish all the announcements. So that's it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, sir, for your time. And I'd like to thank you, our decentralized community, for arranging this invitation with you. And hope for the best, sir. Just keep building. Hope that within few days or times, you will achieve your desired goal. And stay tuned, everyone. Thank you once again. Bye.